Hare Krishna. We are reading from Canto 6, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 12, Vritrasura's Glorious Death, text number 20. Bhavan atarshin mayam vai Vaishnavim janamohinim yad vihaya suram bhavam mahapurushatam gataha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: You have surmounted the illusory energy of the Lord Vishnu, and because of this liberation, you have given up the demoniac mentality and have attained the position of an exalted devotee. Purport: Lord Vishnu is the Mahapurusha. Therefore, one who becomes a Vaishnava attains the position of Mahapurusha. This position was attained by Maharaj Parikshit. It is said in the Padma Puran that the distinction between a demigod and the demon is that a demigod is a devotee of Lord Vishnu, whereas a demon is just opposite. Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva Asuras Tad Viparaya. Vritrasur was considered a demon, but actually he was more than qualified as a devotee or Mahapaurusha. If one somehow becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, whatever his position, he can be brought to the position of a perfect person. This is possible if an unalloyed devotee tries to serve the Lord by delivering him in this way. Therefore, Shukdev Goswami says in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.18, Kirata Hurandara Pulinda Pulkasha Abhira Sumba Yavha Shayadaha Ye Anye Chapapa Yad Apashraya Shraya Sudhyanti Tasmai Prabhavishnave Namah. Kiratas, Hunas, Andhras, Pulindas, Pulakashas, Abhiras, Shumbas, Yavanas, and the members of Khasa races, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord. For He is the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto Him. Anyone can be purified if he takes shelter of a pure devotee of the Lord and molds his character according to the pure devotee's direction. Then even if one is a Kirata, Andhra, Pulinda or whatever, he can be purified and elevated to the position of Mahapaurusha. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurandalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagara Gunatamvitam Tam Sajiv Sadvaitam Savadhutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamascha Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishchaya Bhutale Srimade Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Panchata Desha Tarine Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauradeshe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So I hope you are able to hear me, and visuals and background please forgive me. I am in the train traveling to the most holy dham of Sri Vrindavan, and this verse, there are some verses in Srimad Bhagavatam. All the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam are important. All the verses. Sometimes we have seen this tendency we underline some section of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or some lines of the purports of Srila Prabhupada. It's not that, so one devotee was marking and Prabhupada asked, Prabhupada wanted Bhagavad Gita and Prabhupada asked, his Bhagavad Gita was marked some red, some blue, some pink or whatever different colors. So then Prabhupada asked why these sections are underlined. So that devotee said, Prabhupada, this is more important. So then Prabhupada said, if this is more important, do you mean to say the others are not important? Then why have I written them if they are not important? So this is the sometimes. So why it appears sometimes that important? I'm not saying that when you are feeling that this is more important than that, that's wrong. No. It's Krishna has given, it's like a supermarket. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is like a supermarket for everyone. But Krishna, because Krishna has to, cater the needs of everyone. If I think this part is more important because that is what my consciousness is. What I need, it appeals to me, and I think that is more important. So it's not wrong thinking in a way that this is more important because that is what my situation is, and that's very individual. So no need to have a discussion or argument that this is more important or that is more important. Only when Acharya says or Krishna says, then like Prabhupada sometimes says, this is most important word. So he's an Acharya. Prabhupada says, Prabhupada is talking not from, some conditioning or some conditioned consciousness. He's talking from a very absolute point of view. So these kind of verses, why? Because, they give a lot of inspiration, a lot of hope. Any text from Srimad Bhagavatam or from Bhagavad Gita gives us a hope to practice bhakti very nicely. Perfect. Yeah? So some of the verses they give, as I said, it depends on the condition. But some verses are a universal appeal it has. Like this one verse, Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam. Uddhav is telling to Vidura that look how my Lord is so merciful. Kamba Dayalu Sharanam Rajema. Huh? Is there any other personality in the creation who's more merciful? This Putana has come, and she has applied poison. She has come to kill Krishna. She is feeding Krishna poison. And I was hearing lecture of Prabhupada 2 days ago, and Prabhupada is talking. Look at Prabhupada's consciousness. So amazing. Prabhupada says, Krishna thought, Putana has come with some poison, it's all right. Not a big deal. Doesn't matter. Because in this material world, everyone wants to kill you. So Putana has come, what is the big deal? Another thing, her nature is also Rakshasi. So it's okay. She's acting as per nature. But what she has come to offer me is milk. In that I am interested. Krishna took that interest. When Kaliya, see, these are all hope-giving contexts. So when Kaliya was thrashed by Krishna, he vomited poison, then blood, then his life here is about to come and he's about to die. All these wives of Kaliya, they come. And in front of the wives, they kept their kids. Kids, they invoke more compassion in anyone's heart. So kids were there. And then the wives of Kaliya, they start praying. So in one of the prayers, they say, my dear Lord, It is the nature of a serpent to be envious. And what is enviousness? Am I envious? Yes. How do I know? Because I may disturb some people without any cause. When we are merciful to someone, that's called causeless mercy. If we are trying to disturb someone without any cause, that's called envy. Causeless envy. So Kalia is a serpent, and serpents are supposed to be envious. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he writes, not Vishwanath Chakravarti, some other Acharya, I'm not able to collect. He writes, he says, see, Krishna is stunned. Why? Because Kalia's wives, they are saying, my dear Lord, it is not the mistake of Kalia. What is his mistake? You have awarded this soul the body of a serpent. And you have also made a system where any soul in the body of serpent will act very envious. He'll be envious. So if Kalia is acting enviously, then what is the problem? That is your creation. So Krishna is thinking, these wives of Kalia are so intelligent. They are putting all the blame on me. And Krishna says, okay. I understood. I will forgive Kalia. So these are the things where we see how these demonic, the soul which is covered by contaminated consciousness. So if they are covered by contaminated consciousness, so then 64. So if they are contaminated with the conditioning which is very negative, then there's the hope. So these things are these sections. So here Indra is telling in the previous verse, in the 19th verse, Indra says, because Indra heard, Vritrasura is not a demon. When Indra heard the prayers of Vritrasura, in the previous chapter also, you heard prayers, wonderful prayers. So amazing these prayers are. So amazing these prayers are. And then Vritrasura is actually instructing. He went in Samadhi when he was praying. Now Vritrasura is instructing Indra that you kill me. Why? And you will be successful. Because Indra was defeated. You will be successful, don't worry. Because you have been ordained by Lord Vishnu, by Lord Narayana. And the thunderbolt, which is made up of bones of Dadichi, is actually, infested with the energy of Lord Vishnu. Because it is his order. So I will be killed. Indra, you don't worry. You will rule the world. And I will be killed. But I must tell you one thing. You will live and rule the heaven, but you will still be in material world. I'll be killed and I'll go back to Godhead. Amazing. See, that should be the spirit of a devotee. It doesn't matter whether the body is demoniac or not. Apparently, because Chitraketu Maharaj was cursed by, and you will read it later, was cursed by Mother Parvati, he accepted the curse very humbly. And then he was given this body of a demon. But the soul is not of a demon. Soul is of a pure devotee. So sometimes we or some other devotees around us may behave in a certain way. That's just very temporary conditioning. It's not the devotee himself who is acting in a way. It's a conditioning. That's what Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita 3.5. Forcefully. The soul is forced to act as per the three modes of material nature. So someone you see around you acting negatively towards you, we are also conditioned. That's the problem. If two conditioned souls come together, they will have problems. If one is conditioned but another is a pure devotee, they'll absolutely have no problem. Because when a conditioned soul acts negatively, the other conditioned soul will also act negatively because of the condition. But if other is a pure soul, like Prabhupada, some people acted against him. Prabhupada did not reacted in a way. Prabhupada understood his soul. It's a conditioning. So here, Vritrasura is not thinking that Indra is my enemy. He's acting in his modes and he's ordained by Lord Vishnu. Even though I have a demoniac body, which is filled with ignorance, but because I'm not a demon, the body is demoniac. I'm not a demon. Like Kalia. Kalia still has a body of a serpent, which is the body is envious, but because the soul has got purification. So Kalia is a pure devotee. So similarly, Vritrasura is a pure devotee. So when we see people around us, devotees practicing sadhaka, I'm also practicing sadhaka, and others who are staying with me or interacting with me, they are also practicing sadhaka. We are all actually connected. We are all not connected, rather we are all controlled by three modes of material nature. Prakriti guna. So it's very difficult, but we have to practice. We have to learn to practice. That if anyone is behaving in a way which is not conducive to me, or which is not supporting me, going against me, we have to think from the point of Bhagavad Gita. What is the point of Bhagavad Gita? Oh Arjuna, everyone is acting as per three modes of material nature, and see this world functioning under three modes of material nature. Souls are different. So here Indra is saying, oh great demon, I see by your, in the previous yesterday's text you heard this. Indra said, oh great demon, I see by your discrimination and endurance in your devotional service. I see by your discrimination and endurance in devotional service, despite your dangerous position, that you are a perfect devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the super soul and friend of everyone. Why? Because your discrimination and endurance in devotional service, despite your devotional dangerous position. So three things Indra said yesterday. Dangerous position, then your endurance, and that makes you a perfect devotee. Three things. And fourth is he's a demon. So he's in a demon's body. Sorry, not a demon, a demon's body. So demon's body, death is staring at your face. Imagine if death is staring at your face. You're flying in the flight, in the plane, and this turbulence, heavy turbulence. What happens? It's very difficult for us, for conditioned soul, to focus on Lord that time. It's very difficult. If you are in a situation where death is staring at you, and if someone tells you that don't worry, meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, meditate on the navel of the Lord, which has deep depression, and because everything from the creation has come from there, and it will eventually go there. So you will go there, don't worry. Meditate on the eyes of Lord, lotus eyes, lotus hands, and lotus face, and smile, enchanting smile. Can we do that? No. When death stares, it's very difficult. That is why whole life is a preparation for the final exam called death. So Indra is saying, oh demon, that means you are a demonic body. You are in a dangerous position of death. But still I see that you are so, your discrimination, your endurance in bhakti is so strong. You're focused on Krishna. You're not worried about what is happening with the body. That is the discrimination you are able to make between body and the soul. And you are enduring that I am focusing my soul on Krishna. And these three things prove that you are a pure devotee. These three things you prove you're a pure devotee. Now let us do analysis. Every one of us need to do homework. That's what Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Every Ekadashi devotee should. So the turbulence in the train. So don't worry. Keeps happening in the life. Our entire life in material world is filled with variety of turbulences. We have an amazing thing is the conditioned soul is fearful of the turbulences, yet he is not trying to go out. That is what is most amusing. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says we should analyze on every Ekadashi. Every Ekadashi we do that. How to analyze? It's a very simple way to analyze. Nectar of instruction, Srila Goswami. 4 verses. First, second, third, fourth. In the first and second verses, he gives us 6 plus 6, 12 items, what we are not supposed to do. And in the third and the fourth verse, he's telling 6 plus 6, 12 items, what we are supposed to do. Make a sheet of 12 items. What we are not supposed to do. Make a sheet of 12 items, which you are supposed to do. 24 items. See in the last 15 days, how much you could avoid those 12 items and how much you could follow those 12 items. That's your growth. A simple mathematics. All your chanting, your reading, your hearing, your services will reflect in that. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udara upastha vegam. That will reflect. If your chanting in 15 days is good, then it will reflect that you are able to control your anger. You are able to control your mind. Vacho vegam, you are able to control the urge of unnecessary prajalpa. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam udara. You are able to control your tongue, your belly, and your genitals. Just that will. This is a reflection of what my consciousness is. Atyahara, the next one. Atyahara prayasasya prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya lolyamcha shadbir bhakti vinashyati. These 6 items, another 6 items which we are supposed to avoid. Kick them away. How much we are able to avoid, that is our. You can actually give yourself percentage. Prajalpo, okay, how much prajalpa I have done today, how much prajalpa I have done yesterday. You can actually give yourself percentage. And then another third and fourth text where what we are supposed to do. So that you can analyze. And here what Indra is doing in yesterday's show is analyzing. Today what is he saying? And because you're a pure devotee, so first what he said, you have a demon's body. Then you are in dangerous position of a death, where death is staring at you. Third is you're still very fixed up in bhakti of the Supreme Lord. And that is why the result is you're a pure devotee. Okay? 4 done. Now today's verse, because you're a pure devotee, you have surmounted the illusory energy of Lord Vishnu. See how systematic Srimad Bhagavatam spoken or Bhagavad Gita spoken, word by word you go. That's how we study Bhagavatam. That's how Prabhupada said. Prabhupada did not say that in all these temples, every day morning, my lecture should be played. Prabhupada did not say that. Prabhupada said devotees, and Prabhupada used to sit in the class of devotees. So Prabhupada said, all of you give class. Why interacted? Why we are giving class? So that we can take one verse and go deeper. And we are just very on a superficial level. We are doing something. So this is how we should study Bhagavatam. When you're reading Bhagavatam, that is how we are supposed to do. Not that, okay, I've read. I've completed Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam finished. Bhagavad Gita finished. Nectar of Devotion finished. Chaitan Charitamrita finished. Chanting finished. Who is remaining? Then everything is finished. I am remaining. Huh? So, Bhagavatam, nobody can finish Bhagavatam. Nobody can complete Bhagavatam. Even Krishna cannot complete Bhagavatam. Huh? What to talk about conditions all like us? Prabhupada said, I've given you sufficient books. Whole life, you will not be able to read my books. You will have, I have given you so many books, whole life will be short. So that is how we should analyze. We should not rush through Bhagavad Gita or NOD or NOI. Go deeper. What is, see how systematically in yesterday's verse, Krishna, Indra, we don't have in today's verse. He's saying now, because you are a devotee, you have surmounted the illusory energy of the Lord. You become pure devotee, you will easily cross over. Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Mesha Maya Metam Tarantite Mame Vaya Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. When you surrender to me, Maya Metam Tarantite, you will cross over this. Telling to see how people is sentimental. You are such an ignorant fool to say that. It's so systematic. Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita, Indra is saying, because you have become a pure devotee, because pure devotee means you have completely surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord. And that is why you have crossed over the insurmountable illusory energy. Maya metam tarantite. And because of this liberation, so you have, Indra is telling to Vitrasur, you have crossed over this nescience. So you are liberated now. Now, because of that liberation, you have given up the demoniac mentality and have attained the position of an exalted devotee. Now, this is what we'll discuss. Because of all the bhakti we are practicing, what will happen? We will be able to give up and attain the position of an exalted Vaishnava. Are you saying no? You are definitely. I have a lot. Soul means demonic. We have. We cannot, say no. We have. We can check every day, every moment. You know what is devotee? You will immediately give your house to service con. Complete property. That is pure devotee. You will give your complete bodily energy, all the senses, only in service of Krishna. Are we doing that? No. Prabhupada said, ones who gave all the energy of the senses, all the senses, engaged in Krishna service, he is a pure devotee. So recently, one video was getting circulated. Someone asked His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, we have heard that Maharaj, the body of a spiritual master is spiritual, it's transcendental. But we see that spiritual masters also get ill. They also go ups and downs, bodily things. How do we understand? So Maharaj replied that anyone who comes to material world has to have material body except Krishna. That is awarded here. And one who's not a guru attained that siddha. Not siddha there, siddha means perfection. So the difference is he always engages. all the time, 24 hours. He engages all the senses only in service of Krishna. That is a devotee. If I am doing anything for myself, selfishness comes from that demonic mentality. So, what we have to do, that Prabhupada will tell us in the purport. Prabhupada's purport are in itself so complete that we don't need any discussion. We are discussing just for no, for my purification. You have given me opportunity. Otherwise, just Prabhupada purport and discuss on that. So Indra is calculation how you have become pure devotee. 1, 2, 3. Then you result is pure devotee. Then you become pure devotee. So you have crossed the ocean, and now you have given up your demonic mentality, and you have attained the position of an exalted devotee. So then Prabhupada says the word used is Mahapurusha. Mahapurushatam Gataha. Now you are going to Mahapurusha, Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu. So he is Mahapurush Lord, and devotees are Mahapurusha. Like Bhagavan, and devotees are Bhagyavan. So then Prabhupada is telling how demoniac mentality can be subdued or can be completely purified, and then what we can attain is pure love of God. Then he gives example of Kirata Handra, Kirata Hu Andhra, Pulinda Pushkar, so many. All these categories, how they get actually purified. So whoever we may be, whatever my conditionings are, chanting of holy name will purify. There is no, there should not be any question on that. There should not be even an iota of doubt. But right now we have doubts. So 2 days back I was taking this class for youths, little heavy class. I was telling them that after practice, we are practicing chanting of 16 rounds from 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. There were some devotees sitting 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. We are chanting 16 rounds from 9 years. And scripture says one holy name is sufficient to go back to God. And we are doing like 9 years into 365 into 16 into 108. Amazing calculation. But then what is happening? We are not getting purified. Why is that? That's the question we need to ask. Why we are not getting purified? Because we are not taking bhakti seriously. I'm traveling in the train. Perfect example. This train has departed from Mumbai. It's going to Delhi. I'll get down at Mathura. There's a track. And the train has to run on the track. Goes little off the track, it will be off. And Prabhupada says, amazing thing, purport, what Prabhupada says in the purport in last line. Anyone can be purified if he takes shelter of a pure devotee and molds his character according to pure devotee's direction. Anyone, Prabhupada says, anyone means anyone. But the condition, you and me, we all have to mold our life according to pure devotee's direction. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was giving initiation, and he told his disciple, I am giving you this. Initiation is a contract between a disciple and a spiritual master. And spiritual master says to disciples, if you follow this, what I am saying, then I will take you back to God. If you don't follow, the contract is cancelled. It's null and void. I'm not taking you back to God. Don't think we have initiated, so now Guru's responsibility. No, I have to take seriously my bhakti. If I am not serious about my bhakti, even Krishna will not do anything. Trust me. Even Krishna, that's what the independence we have got. Krishna has given us little independence. Krishna is telling in chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita, text 26, Krishna is saying, don't Push people, don't force people. Someone who's not coming, leave it. Prabhupada said, no, Krishna is leaving, but devotees still force. So we should push each other. Oh, Prabhu, you are pushing me to the limits. No, there is no limit. Practice, become serious. If we become serious in bhakti and follow the guideline given by pure devotee, then only we'll go back to God. Otherwise, not. Otherwise, we have been in this material world from time immemorial, and we'll still continue to live unlimited lifetimes here if we will not follow the guidelines. So that's what Prabhupada said. So the train has to run on the track, then only it will reach the destination. If not, sorry, you're not reaching. If a train takes a right turn, now after Mumbai, some station comes, train take the right turn, it will go to different direction. It will not go to Vrindavan. Obviously, if you take a right from here, you will go to Mayapur. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wherever you go, you say straight you go to Vrindavan, take a right, you go to Mayapur, take further down right, you go to Jagannath Puri. Huh? If you don't go anywhere, Prabhupada has come to Bombay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to Bombay, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur has come to Bombay, and Prabhupada has started this wonderful mission, ISKCON. Everywhere you go, I'll catch you. That is mercy of Prabhupada. Unlimited mercy. If you just think what Prabhupada has given the world, na bhuto na bhavishyati, no Acharya has done so much. Obviously, Prabhupada has parampara and Acharya's mercy, but what Prabhupada has shown to the world, what he has given us, nobody. And nobody in future. That's Prabhupada. We are so fortunate that we have Prabhupada's books, we have Prabhupada in the temple, we have Prabhupada's instruction, we have Prabhupada's Vani. Chant my 16 round, try to attentively chant, be a little serious in chanting, hear Prabhupada's lecture, read Prabhupada's books, follow the guideline given by Prabhupada. I am going back to God at this lifetime. Nobody can stop me. Nobody means nobody. If I follow Prabhupada's guideline, even an attempt is made to follow the guidelines of Srila Prabhupada seriously, I'll go back to God. Prabhupada has assured us. Unfortunately, we're not following the guideline, and that is why we are suffering in this material world, life after life after life. Just follow Srila Prabhupada's guideline. Sit someday and meditate on what Prabhupada has given us. How much merciful Srila Prabhupada is. We sometimes say, oh, this devotee's lecture, that devotee's lecture, this devotee. All of the devotees are speaking based on Prabhupada's books. Anyone goes off Prabhupada's book, his lectures has no potency. For us, it is Prabhupada, not even other acharyas. We take other acharyas as the reference material, little. But main books, main course, main meal is Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's lecture. Like you eat a meal, chapati, sabji, dal, rice, puri, halwa, and then you have sometimes some chutney little bit. Even if chutney is not there, you can still be satisfied. Your hunger will be satisfied. Can you eat 5 kilos of chutney only without chapati, without rice? No. Will not be able to digest. For us, it is Prabhupada. That is Prabhupada. And you take any Acharya's book, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, do you claim more than Srila Prabhupada? I know Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sanatan Goswami, Jeev Goswami, more than Prabhupada? Can no, absolutely no. So Prabhupada, you read my books. I understand all the acharyas. I have taken commentary from them. Prabhupada used to open all the commentaries in front of them. He will study very carefully and see what should be given to these Kali Yuga people. That is Prabhupada's instruction for us. That is Prabhupada's guideline. But I don't have faith. I have to go and go here and there, leaving my husband behind. Guru's husband, leaving become a prostitute, go run in here and this and that and that and that. And where we are after 10 years of chanting 16 now, after 15 years of chanting 16 now, after 50 years of chanting 16 now, if I'm not purified, then there is some problem with me, because medicine has absolutely no problem, doctor is absolutely perfect. I need to work on that. Otherwise, life after life will keep. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bahu janma kare yadi shravana kirtana, tabu taba paye nahi Krishna pade prem dhana. Life after life, you keep chanting and hearing. Hey Krishna Pade Prem Dhana. Until unless you protect yourself from offenses, you are not getting the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Mahaprabhu, the most merciful incarnation, is saying this. And the first offense is actually not to follow Prabhupada's guideline. The moment we go out of Prabhupada's guideline, we become offensive. We are offending devotees. We are right center. Why? Because we are not following Prabhupada's guidelines. If this train is going, there's another track parallelly. If this train goes off from the track and goes and hits the other track, definitely it will hit the other track. The tracks are parallel. If you go off track, you will hit another one, and that's an offense. The Prabhupada has given us everything. Be grateful. If you are intelligent, if anyone has got little intelligence, little sense, he'll be grateful to Prabhupada and do what Prabhupada said. And read Prabhupada's books, hear Prabhupada's lecture, and just give your life. One life. Prabhupada said you have given your mother, father, wife, husband, children, your senses, your mind, unlimited lifetime. Give one life to Krishna and see what happens. Krishna will give you himself. Krishna will give you himself. You never know. If we practice bhakti, who will get what? You never know. Someone of you men can become a motherly gopi, and Krishna will actually sit on your lap and he will call out, "Oh Maya." Imagine. And someone of you may become a gopsakha, and Krishna will play with you, and Krishna will, climb on your shoulder, or Krishna will make you climb on his shoulder, and Krishna will wrestle with you. Just one life to Krishna. Everything will change for eternity. Yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Many things what to be spoken, what I can speak right now. Seeing the time, I am seeing it's already 45 minutes. So please bless me. If I can follow even 50% of what Prabhupada is saying, I'll get a lot of success in terms of my consciousness get purified. So please, all of you, bless me so that I can follow Srila Prabhupada. No need to do all these show offs. Just follow Prabhupada. Simple. Too much of show off is not required. Just hear Prabhupada's lecture, read Prabhupada's book. That's what I do, and I speak. So whatever I've spoken, it's definitely much more than my adhik. That's why I seek blessings of all of you, so that I can also work on Prabhupada's guideline and may get little purified and remember Krishna and Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I hope you cannot hear. So that's why I typed the message. Devotees, any quick questions we can ask?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Humble obeisance is all goes to Mataji. Does Prabhuji has time? Does he have time?
Yes, I'm in the train. I have all the time. Till next morning I can.
No, Prabhuji, you can hear us. I thought you cannot hear us. So that's why I'm typing messages.
No, now I can hear because I have removed this. So when I'll respond, I'll plug in again the mic.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. In the purport, Prabhuji, this line is a little confusing for me to understand. It, in the purport, this is Prabhupada writes, this is possible if an unalloyed devotee tries to serve the Lord by delivering him in this way. Delivering whom, Prabhu? I got confused reading that, like I read few times. Would you please?
This is possible if an unalloyed devotee tries to serve by delivering him in this way. If one somehow becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, whatever his position, he can be brought to the position of perfect person. This is possible even if an unalloyed devotee tries to serve the Lord by delivering him in this way. Yeah, so see, unalloyed, if he is a devotee, there are different stages of devotee, different stages of purification. If someone is Prabhupada said once, if someone is 75% clean, 75% pure in his heart, in his consciousness, then he will attain the stage of Nishtha. Someone will be at a stage of Nishtha, but he will never leave Nishtha. From Nishtha, the stage is fixed. So even though he is unalloyed, but he is a devotee, fixed up devotee. So if I can, Madhuri, is that clear or are you
Yes,
asking?
no, I was just asking delivering whom. By delivering him. See, if you see the word him, H is not capital. So by delivering whom it is, and that's what my confusion is, Prabhu. I got the first point that you mentioned. This part
So
was
this is possible if an unalloyed devotee tries to serve the Lord by delivering him this way. So delivering means actually this delivering is a conditioned soul, delivery of a conditioned soul.
Oh, okay, Prabhu. Got it. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Shukar Prabhuji, please go ahead. Hare Krishna, Shukar Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Chakravarti. Thank you, Anita Mataji. Thank you, Chakravarti Prabhu. So you, in spite of going the train, you are so much connected to Krishna that you're not worried about what is the sound coming, but you want to deliver. And so what that Mataji was asking about delivery is that if you are following Prabhupada, who is an unalloyed devotee, he will be able to deliver the person who is following his instructions. That's what that it indicates, that whoever is following an unalloyed devotee, Srila Prabhupada, they will be able to deliver if you follow their instruction. And that's what it means. All of us, if you follow unalloyed devotee who is Srila Prabhupada, then we can go back. Yes. That's what it indicates.
So even Prabhupada said, even if you follow me, you are a pure devotee. Like if I'm, if I'm a conditioned soul, but if I follow Prabhupada sincerely, even though my heart is only 25% clean and 75% contaminated, I still be a pure devotee because I'm going as per his direction. So what my actions are, that are as per his direction.
Prabhu, I got one question. You are telling
Yes.
that you have to follow Prabhupada. Now, what I'm telling is, I'm hearing nowadays so many lectures of Radhanath Maharaj. I get attracted. He's also a pure devotee, the disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So you have to read only Prabhupada books, or you can follow his disciple who is following him 100%. So is it wrong that we have to only read Prabhupada books and Prabhupada lectures, not anyone else?
See, Prabhu, what you are saying, okay, let me connect. If you want to say anything, just raise your hand. I can see you. Because I'm connecting my microphone, I won't be able to hear you. Because there are many people boarded the train now.
Because I've been hearing almost every day one or two lectures of
books are for 10,000 years for entire ISKCON.
Yeah.
No. Whether me or my guru, both have to read Prabhupada books.
Yeah.
That is very clear. That's what Prabhupada has given. For 10,000 years, Prabhupada's books will rule. Now, I am reading Prabhupada's books. I am hearing Prabhupada's lecture. Hearing the lecture of spiritual master or other devotees is not wrong. Because that is what Srila Prabhupada has started. And spiritual master, whatever he is speaking is based on the conditions. My teachings are based on whatever I am saying, they are based on Prabhupada's teaching.
Yeah.
So hearing other devotees, even spiritual master, no problem. But that should not happen that we ignore Prabhupada's lectures. We ignore Prabhupada's books. There are devotees who don't read Prabhupada's books, who don't hear Prabhupada's lecture. I have heard from devotees that in last 1 year I haven't heard any of the Prabhupada lectures. That is a problem. So that is what has to be. So you hear, we all hear from some other devotees, and spiritual master definitely he is my link to Parampara. He is my link to Krishna. So I have to hear his lecture, no doubt that Vani has to go. But still, Prabhupada's lecture. See why I don't understand. Whichever part of the world you are staying, you have a father and a grandfather. So, they have different positions. It's not that either or. So, why there should be a question that shall I hear lectures of Srila Prabhupada or shall I hear lectures of my spiritual master? No, both. Both are required. Who is the purest devotee in ISKCON? Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
So Prabhupada's lecture, Prabhupada is so merciful. Half an hour lecture. Half an hour every day you can hear, and 1 hour you can hear from spiritual master, other devotees. Nobody is stopping. We need to just have a little more time. And reading of Prabhupada books, no compromise on that. Absolutely no compromise on that. Yeah. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I understood.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for that question, and thank you so much, Prabhuji, for letting us know how important it is to read Prabhupada books, and your class was really wonderful. So next, Jyoti Takni Mataji, please go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you mentioned about the initiation process, right? So at the time of the initiation, we are committing that we will do the 16 rounds every day, and then we have the 4 regs. So then there are n number of instructions following that in the Srila Prabhupada books, right? But the most important are at the time of initiation. So after reading, I came to know that if one attains the Mangala Aarti, then the 50% of the blessings are going to come, or then by reading, having a Kanti Tilak, it also helps a lot in bhakti. So there are a lot of instructions following in the book also. And so my question is, at the time of initiation, when we commit only 4 regs and 16 rounds, then what about all those instructions if we don't follow? Say,
Okay, understood your question. Understood.
Onion garlic is also one of the thing. And
No, I understood your question. I'll
yes,
respond to it.
Yes.
Your question. One second, just. So what happens? Your question is very good, very genuine, and definitely it's confused. What to do? See, 4 regulative principle, 16 rounds. When I took initiation, my spiritual master told me 4 regulative principles, 16 rounds, and reading Prabhupada books. Reading Prabhupada books also come. Now, what will help us to become pakka in 16 rounds should be completely, with firm faith, with full attention. Right now, it is not there. And 4 regulative principles, okay, gross level I may be able to follow, but subtle level still there are so many. What will help me to nicely, attentively chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regulative principle is all the instruction given by Srila Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion, 64 limbs of bhakti. So, all the instruction of Prabhupada will actually bring us to chant rounds attentively. Once you chant 16 rounds attentively, tears will flow from your eyes and nothing. You will just chant and read Bhagavatam. Then you will relish. You have come to that stage of Ruchi and Ati. So, all these
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So that means all the instructions by Rupa Goswami in act of devotion is the law. We must read it. Prabhupada and brain is traveling, voice is breaking.
Yes, Prabhuji, your voice is
Okay,
breaking.
let me just close the video. Let me
Okay,
try.
better. Yeah.
So what is happening is Srila Prabhupada told us law book of Vishnu. So whatever instruction, whatever other rules and guidelines given by Prabhupada in different books, all other instructions, they eventually help us to chant 16 rounds attentive. That's why Prabhupada says chanting is 99% of our bhakti. So if your chanting is good, everything is good. So then that means all other instructions and guidelines are so that we can chant it.
Can I
Hare
ask one
Krishna.
more question,
Okay.
Prabhuji? Can I ask one more question, Prabhuji?
You can ask only if my voice is not breaking. I'll definitely respond to your question.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the thing is that being in the Grahastha ashram, there will be certain times that will be attending something, or some rules will be breaking, which are not at the all those commitment that we are giving at the initiation. Not that, but the rest of the rules, like sometimes we break the rules of unoffered food or something like that. So it will affect our chanting, that I can understand. So in that case, is it that the attentiveness will be, we are going far away from the attentive chanting? Is it that understanding correct, Prabhuji?
Yes, the more we follow what Prabhupada has told us, the better will be our chanting. The less we follow, is less attentive will be our chanting. So if things are going up and down, you need to be, you, me, everyone needs to be more determined. See, everyone is doing something here and there. You know? So Prabhupada, like Prabhupada said, if you only eat prasadam, you'll go back to God. So what is prasadam? Prasadam, Prabhupada defines cooked by a devotee, offered by a devotee, and served by a devotee. And then we honor prasadam with that consciousness. Okay, now that conscious, even if you cook prasadam, Mataji, you offer to your deities, you serve to yourself. But with what consciousness is happening? What consciousness are we eating the prasadam? So that's the problem. So don't worry. That's a problem. That's a concern, but that's not really a problem because we are trying. So when Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Krishna sees we are trying, they'll help us. So keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. And definitely Prabhupada will give you strength to overcome these areas of concern. Is that all right? Did you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. So is it correct that the conclusion of all the Srila Prabhupada books is the 16 rounds to be chanted with attentiveness?
Yes.
Thank you
That's
so
why
much,
Prabhupada
Prabhuji.
said 99% of bhakti depends on chanting. See, when we read Prabhupada's book, we understand our sambandha with Krishna. Once the sambandha is clear, we'll understand what is avidya, with serving Krishna. And chanting is the best service. So, why we don't chant attentively? Because mind goes here and there. So, mind needs to be kicked again and again. And that's Prabhupada's lectures and Prabhupada's book. Prabhupada will kick mind thoroughly. He will not be merciful on the mind. He will kick our mind thoroughly through his instructions. And then, when our mind is throttled and thrashed, then we'll be able to chant in a better consciousness. That's what Prabhupada is doing through his books and through his lectures.
Eternally grateful to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Done with pranam at your lotus feet.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for that final answer that keep on hitting your mind. So it's just like, I think it's Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told that we have to hit our mind 100 times with the slippers, even in the morning and the night, as soon as we wake up and when we go to sleep, so that we will be remembered about our sadhana. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. And Hare Krishna, Shukakar Prabhuji, do you have anything to
Hare
say?
Krishna. Yeah. Actually, that we cannot kick by shoes. We have to read Prabhupada books. That instruction will kick our mind. Because we have no shoes and we have no
Yes.
jadu and all. What Prabhu says, Prabhupada book,
Yes.
we read more. The book instruction will kick our mind and everything it will kick. So we have to read Prabhupada book. That is the most important point. And here is lectures. And also other father and chacha and J2, sab log, Jab Maharaj, you can hear. But Prabhupada ka padna hi padega. That's most important.
Prabhupada is not an option.
Yes. You nailed it properly. Prabhu. You nailed it very nicely.
Okay, Mataji, so we stop.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you,
sorry,
thank
I'm
you so much,
traveling.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Network
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much, Chakravarthi
giving
Prabhu.
us your time and association. And please pray for us all also to, as you're going to the Dham. So please pray for us also for the progress in Krishna consciousness and
Yes.
for Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving your time and association. We want you to be more frequently on this forum to give us such a nectarian class. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, let's pay our obeisance.
Aditi Mataji is there. Aditi Mataji want to talk. Aditi Mataji.
No,
Aditi
I'm
Mataji.
good. I don't have any questions. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So let's pay our obeisances to
Yes.
Prabhuji. Vancha
Vancha
kalpatarupasya Koti Vaishnavindiki Jai Shri Prabhupada. Chakravarti Prabhuji
Chakravarti
ki
Prabhuji
Jai.
ki jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Gauranga.
Jai.